Welcome back to Morning Express it is, and well, it's time for us to look at your health. Every Wednesday, we concentrate and try to ensure that we are a healthy nation. This morning, we'd like to talk about reflexology. And I'm glad I don't have to repeat that word again because it is one of those that is a mouthful, but more importantly, would like to know what exactly that means. And joining me to have that conversation, we have Winnie Gatara, who's a reflexologist. Hey. Your jina ni ngumu, reflexologist. Welcome and thank you for joining us. We also have Gitao Gabriel, who's a physiotherapist. All right, let me start with you, Winnie. What is reflexology?
Reflexology is a treatment whereby you apply pressure to the glands, which are placed on the hands and the feet as well. And when you apply the pressure, it's like recharging the organs. They start functioning the right way if they have declined to function.
Okay.
Yes.
So applying pressure on your hands, on your feet, and your organs react when they've stopped functioning?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me hear from Gitao. Gabriel, you're a physiotherapist.
Yes.
And does reflexology work?
I would say reflexology works magic. Okay?
Not just working, but it works
Yes,
magic.
it works magic.
Wow. Okay.
The reason is this. I am a physiotherapist. Okay? And whatever I do is more manual. Okay? And I need someone to complement what I do. I might work on your structure on the outside, but I also need someone to balance you internally. And that's where Winnie comes in.
All right.
Yes.
How much does our internal organ affect our physio?
Yes. So the internal organs are like the battery for our body. If something is wrong on the inside, then definitely the outside will crumble. It's like when you're building a house, you need a very strong foundation. And to me, Winnie, makes my work easier. Because if a patient comes to me with low back pain, I might work on the structure, the pain might go away, but if there's still something that is hidden inside,
that is causing that pain.
Yes, then I won't sort out my patient. So I'll have Winnie review the patient, and then that will help me, treat the patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winnie, you've talked about applying pressure to the glands so that you're able to sort out the internal organs.
Yeah.
This pressure, how do you apply the pressure?
I give pressure to the organ, and then I pump, and then I hold. Then that is, it's done that
It's
way.
done.
Yeah.
Now, based on these diagrams that I see here, and basically just to describe to you at home, hopefully we'll be able to show you that shortly. I see that, for instance, on your palm, you've divided it into certain organs in the body.
Yes.
Maybe explain that to me.
Okay. Every organ is presented here to the hands through the glands.
Okay.
So
the connection from the hands to the organ is through the gland?
Yes.
Okay.
And when you give pressure to the glands, it reflects to the organ, enhancing the organ to recharge and to function the right way.
When you talk about recharge, of course, for those of us who use cell phones, you're imagining it's like a battery which has to be recharged. When you talk about recharge, is that like a process of healing itself, maybe if it is not well, or what do you mean by recharge?
Yes, because when somebody gets sick from inside and you apply pressure to the gland, the organs start getting more power and start functioning the right way. And it's also help people who are of 40 of age, the organs tend to go down, not function the right way. So if you give pressure to the gland, it empowers the organs to start functioning again and enhancing the organs, like renewing of the organs. Yes.
Okay. Coming to you, how you've said that this works magic. Are there instances or maybe testimonies that you have of how this has worked, that literally just applying pressure to an organ has helped you as a physiotherapist help somebody get back on their feet or get their structure back?
Okay. So I think the greatest testimony to a physiotherapist would be them themselves. We do a lot of work, it's very strenuous, and we end up being victims of what we do. So you find at the end of the day, at the clinic, I'm running around to look for Winnie, because I need her to sort me out. And we've had countless testimonials of patients who've been, who've gone through reflexology, who say, it works. And you as a therapist, when you do your assessment, before treatment and after treatment, everything
you can tell the difference.
Yes, you can tell a big
All right,
difference.
Winnie, just maybe break it down for us on this diagram, because we're still not able to see it from home, but it's coming up. Basically, you've divided different organs on the hand.
Yeah.
Just run me through that, and we have, there we have it. Basically, different organs represented on the hand. Run me through the different organs and what part of the hand they are and why.
Okay. The major endocrine glands that we have here, there are five major glands. There is pituitary gland, there is thyroid, parathyroid, and there is a lymphatic gland, and there is thymus.
Okay, and basically these represent the organs. Run me through the organs. For instance, you have the heart, you have the lungs. I can see them written there.
Yes.
How do you come up with that? What's the connection? How is it that, for instance, I can see here we have the lungs right at the middle here. Why are the lungs at the middle here, not at the bottom?
Because the hand is giving an example of how the body is. We have the head here and the organs is down here. So that is why you find the lungs is under the palm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And maybe your comments on the fact that these organs are on the hand. Yeah. You've also attested to the fact that that is true.
Yes. You see what happens with reflexology is that it's like the hand has been zoned out to the different organs in the body. And this is something that has taken years for it to evolve. It's part of like contemporary kind of medicine. It's not the usual kind of medicine.
Right.
And if it has been tested on people and it works, then it's something people might want to try.
It's something that you've proved. Now,
yes.
Many of us are probably used to taking medicine, especially to deal with internal organs.
Yes.
Is this a way of saying that, is this an alternative, or is it a way of complementing the medicine that we take?
I would say this is an alternative. There are cases where you can't affect the structures from outside in cases like cancer, but there are many conditions which you're taking medicine to try and hide the pain or sort things out, and it doesn't work. So reflexology and the other types of contemporary medicine, they really work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that you mentioned, Winnie, is that you're able to tell if there's something wrong with my body through my palm.
Yeah.
And I'd like us to maybe just run through that. This is through application of what? Pressure?
Yes.
Okay. Let's. Is it me to tell you if I have a problem, or you will be able to identify from my hands?
I'll be able to identify the problem from your hands.
Without me telling you?
Yes.
All right. This is definitely going to be a very interesting session where I will have my medical right here on air. So, all right, let's see. And this is just by applying pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll start here.
Am I supposed to say or feel anything?
No,
I can feel the pressure.
You just relax.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
If I have found there is a problem, I'll just ask you, is there pain there?
Okay.
If there is pain, I'll know exactly I've touched the right
place.
The right
and
place.
If I am 100% okay, then maybe I'll not feel anything.
Is
okay,
there
there's
pain?
a slight pain there.
Yeah, I can feel that your pituitary gland is underworked or it's overworked.
My pituitary gland?
Yes.
Okay, what does the pituitary gland do?
The pituitary gland, it works as a major gland which controls all the hormones, and it also shows that if it is overworked, it tells me that maybe you have a lot of stress, maybe you have a lot of your hormonal glands are not functioning correct. They are not balanced.
They're not balanced?
Yes.
What would bring an imbalance apart from stress? I don't know if I'm stressed. Maybe I am, but I don't know. What else would bring an imbalance in the hormonal imbalance, rather?
Other thing that can bring in hormonal balance is the stress and, of course, the age.
Okay.
Yes.
Me being too old or too young? I'm trying to think here. I'm young, but okay. So that could bring a hormonal imbalance.
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So we continue, and this is mental nerve. So,
There I am not feeling any pain.
but there
per
is
se.
something.
There is something.
I can feel. You feel that frapping thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like node loss of some kind.
It is telling me that you have stress, which needs to be managed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What that?
You feel that one?
Yes.
It's also telling me that you have problem with your neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you have, like, maybe what the problem is with the neck? Because so far I actually do not have any thing I know of.
If I touch you, you know there is a problem.
On the neck.
Reflexology is perfect, tells what the problem is, and
where it is.
you might not be feeling it, but it is registered here.
Okay, so from this, so far you've established that one,
Yeah.
I may be having hormonal imbalance because of age or stress. I will go with stress, not age. And number two, that I have a pain on, oh no, not a pain, something wrong with my neck.
Yeah, maybe it has a tightness or something like this.
Okay, all right. And will you need to check my neck?
Yes, I can
Okay.
check.
All right.
Is there pain?
No. I'm looking for that diagram because I want to see which organs we are at right now.
This is thyroid.
That is thyroid, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And parathyroid.
And parathyroid. Okay.
No pain?
There's a bit of pain there. Yes.
Because you see, this pituitary gland is a major gland, endocrine gland, and it goes together with the major glands, which are endocrine gland and thyroid, parathyroid, and other major glands.
Okay.
So they coordinate all of them. It's like a chain of coordination.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if that pain that we felt here, what is that still hormonal imbalance or is that
This
the
is
neck?
stress. You have stress. You have stress.
I'm stressed. You've
Yeah.
decided I'm stressed. Okay, okay.
I've not decided, but from what I'm picking from your heart,
What you're picking?
yeah.
Okay, do you have...
You know, stress can be of, it can be grouped into two ways. You could be having mental stress, and you could be having body stress.
Okay.
Whereby you stay for a long time in one position, and the body feels that, no, this is not where I'm supposed to be, because the body talks. The
Okay.
body complains. And if you listen to it, you'd...
Okay,
you'd wake
hopefully
up
by the
and
time
stretch out.
we're done with this session, maybe you can give me a letter to give to my boss. Maybe my body is speaking. I'm supposed to be on holiday right now as opposed to being here, so we'll see about that. But anyway, okay, so that's still stress related. Yes, there's a bit of pain there.
This is your stomach?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my stomach.
Yes.
All right. Anything wrong with my stomach?
Not much.
Okay. And that would be accurate because I don't think, apart from the fact that I haven't had breakfast, that would be the only thing I think that is wrong with my stomach right now. Nothing else that I know of. So, yeah, you could recommend breakfast from, you know, the canteen, which hopefully will be provided. Okay, what are we? Which organ are we working on right there?
This is heart. And this is pancreas. They are fine.
And all those are okay?
Yeah, this is adrenal gland.
Okay.
Is there pain?
There's a bit of pain there.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. If the adrenal gland has a pain, has pain, it tells me that you are a person that get flash of anger, which means all you are excited, overexcited.
Okay.
Triggering triggering adrenaline to reduce a lot of adrenaline juice to the blood.
Okay.
So if it is paining, it tells me that it is overworked.
What's that that's overworked? That's
Adrenal gland.
or the adrenal. Well, I'm an adrenaline junkie, that's for sure. I enjoy anything that will give me, good
Yeah,
adrenaline.
that is why this point is having pain.
So what do I need to do to solve that? Or is it not a problem that I should worry about?
It's a problem you should be worried about, because you see, when it is much in the blood, it will cause problems to your body, because it will give the kidney a lot of work to try to remove that dirt from the blood.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do I do to manage that? Because I would imagine being an adrenaline junkie is more of a mental thing than organ.
That is why it started from here.
Stress, eh?
Pituitary gland, thyroid, now it has come to the adrenal gland, which means that you need to do a session of reflexology so that you control your organs to function the right way. Because if it is producing a lot of adrenal gland, it says that it is not functioning the right way. So you need to take like 2 sessions in a week, and then you continue to 3 weeks, and then from there we can manage from
2 sessions of what?
Of reflexology.
Or reflexology.
Yes.
And now while you're doing that, are you sorting it out or you're just feeling for now?
Yeah, this is a treatment.
Oh,
It
I'm getting
is a
treatment.
yeah.
Wow. Free consultation. All right. And as you continue treating me, let me bring in the gentleman here. And basically, does this also help in autism? Can it help in any way? Because autism is also a very, it has a lot to do with the hormones that are released in a child.
It depends. It depends with the severity of how maybe the child is autistic. But autism will not be like 100% affected by reflexology. Yeah,
Okay.
but there's no harm in giving.
Trying.
Yeah,
Have
giving
you
a
had
try.
cases where maybe you've tried and maybe seen any results?
Not
anything?
many. The results are not, encouraging.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
maybe there needs to be more trials.
What exactly have you had managed by reflexology that possibly was not managed by conventional medicine?
Okay. So most of the things we found out is lifestyle diseases works perfect with reflexology. And these are diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, anything that is chronic to you. Okay? These are conditions that come because of your lifestyle, poor sitting postures, eating habits, and reflexology has a big impact and it has a big effect on the cell. Yeah. Slightly,
yes.
Yeah.
Is there something you found?
Yeah.
Okay, what have you found?
Okay, the gland which is here is called lymph gland. It is for removing the toxin from the body. So it all starts from, these things connect from one point to the other. If this gland is producing a lot of adrenal juice, the body is trying to cleanse,
To balance it.
to remove it from the blood, because the blood cannot hold that. So this gland here is paining because it is trying to remove the toxin from the blood. Because if adrenal juice is thrown to the blood becomes toxic. So this gland is trying to remove the toxins.
Okay.
That is why it is overworked. That is why
so
you
this
feel
which gland is this that is overworked?
It is lymph gland.
Oh, the lymph gland.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's overworked because it's trying to get rid of the toxins created by the adrenaline.
Yes.
Okay. What would the effect be should that not be balanced?
The effect can be, if it takes long in this point, in this process, you'll be sick, you feel tired, you feel like you are worn out.
You're lethargic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And for the days that maybe somebody has very low energy levels, what possibly might be their imbalance?
When you feel like
you're lethargic. The days you just wake up and you just don't feel like, doing much.
Okay, let's say if your organs are not functioning the right way, and you have been on your daily routine of work, it's obvious that if
you get naturally
you get tired, and if the organs are not functioning the right way. You feel that the body is not able to move. You have immobility of the body.
Okay.
So you end up feeling that you don't want to do anything because the body is not coordinating with the signals that's thrown from the brain.
Okay.
So all that you need to do is stretch out and try to relax yourself, the body. You try to do some exercise that will make you feel you are refreshed again. Yeah.
Okay. Gabriel, as a physiotherapist, do you also use reflexology, or do you use a different method of finding and solving a problem?
Initially, I have to use, what I trained on, and I use more of manual therapy to diagnose and to treat my patients.
Okay.
And then reflexology will come in to supplement my treatment. So let's say my treatment is 70%, 30% will be win. Without forgetting, you have to also exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have somebody on Twitter who says that, let me see if I can get that right now. Apparently his left thumb is in pain, and it's black. So apparently the black capillary emerges. What could that be?
It could be an injury. So if somebody receive an injury to the hands, it is very bad, because you see, you are impairing the glands, which are helping your body to reflect to the organs. Yes.
All right, and I've seen you've also got a diagram here of the feet, and I can see the brain is on the big toe, the pituitary gland is right below that. You've got the likes of the thyroid on towards the left of the leg. Is this the same as the hand, but just the feet?
Yeah.
Or does it represent different organs?
It is the same.
It's exactly
it
the
functions the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now, for somebody who possibly has a hand injury, or even, unfortunately, maybe has lost their arm, does that affect the internal organs? Based on what you're reading from this.
Okay, it can affect, but since you have the legs, you can function, you can apply the reflexology to the feet, despite that you don't have the hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for somebody who maybe has different pains on their arms, should that be an indication maybe of something else? And it may not be a pain caused by an injury. For instance, if I fall, obviously I'll have pain on the hand.
Yeah.
But if I have pain that I cannot explain, I haven't fallen, nothing has happened, should that be an indication of maybe an internal issue?
It depends where the pain is. If the pain is direct to the gland, it tells it is the organ that is having the problem. It could be on the palm and it is not on the gland, because the gland is deep in the hand. Because that is why I'm giving pressure, deep pressure to the gland. I'm not putting it up here. If I put it up here, it tells it is to the skin. Yeah.
Okay. And coming back to you, Gabriel, we are living in a society where nowadays we spend a lot of time sitting. What would you say about possibly our sitting positions, the kind of chairs that we should use, especially given that we spend a lot of time at work, seated?
Okay. I think the biggest health, issue that will come up in Kenya will be issues with low back pain and neck pain. And these will be entirely because of sitting.
There.
Okay? Yeah.
Because
that's my ear.
Yeah.
Is it because of this thing I'm wearing here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, director, wacha kuniongelesha na it looks like you're affecting my ear. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Okay, as I was saying, most of the issues we get now with sitting is you start getting, a forward head carriage, you start getting pins and needles to your arms, shoulder pain, low back pain. And this is because the seats that people are manufacturing here in Kenya, or we are importing, are the wrong kind of seats. You get a seat that is slanted, one that is, very firm, and all these will affect you from your pelvis going all the way up. So I think it's time people now start doing a lot of exercises, get consultation on how they should do their sitting, because you need to work many years. If you work for 2 years and you're down, then you're not...
Your productive life, of course, is cut short.
Yes.
What advice would you have in terms of sitting positions? Well, how should somebody sit when they're at work?
People will definitely mess up with their posture. So I wouldn't tell someone to sit this way. What I would tell people is get into a class of yoga, get into an exercise kind of rehab, because when you come to work, you need to slouch. Maybe you're doing something, but you need to, if you slouch, you need to have some backup. That even if you slouch, your body is able to take that load. So people should go for, a lot of exercises and do yoga as a stretching kind of exercise.
Okay, maybe symptoms of somebody who possibly might be having issues that might be coming up. Because unfortunately, we tend to find these issues when it's too late.
Mostly you start getting stiff neck, stiff shoulders, headaches, migraines, and even like dull aches along the spine. Yeah, and even numbness to the hands. You feel like you want to keep doing this. Those are all issues related to posture. You go to a medical doctor, they'll give you maybe pain relieving kind of stuff, and no one changes your posture.
Okay.
Yeah.
And coming back to you, does this reflexology actually heal, or is it just a way of identifying and like a temporary measure while I look for conventional medicine to heal?
It is, but you have to 4 sessions until we see that the condition that you are in is controlled.
Okay.
Yes.
So you'd recommend a number of sessions once you find an issue?
Yeah, but it depends on the severeness of the
issue.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And roughly how many sessions does one have to go for, if, or does that depend on the severity as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Driving is another area where we find ourselves in a lot. Any recommendations of maybe the kind of chairs we should use? Are there? I've seen nowadays there's some things they're selling, a thing with a little bit of a farm thing that you put on your back. Your comments on that?
There's that farm thing, we call it a back support, which is excellent if you use it in your car, even at the office, and it works well. So I recommend people to use that.
What does it do?
So the spine has curves, okay, which work like a cogwheel. So if one goes this way, the other one should go reverse. So if you bend down, there's an area that should bend, and another one should do a reverse. So the whole idea of having the back support is to correct that curve and ensure that the load that goes down your spine is evenly distributed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those that I've seen being sold by, Kenyans are very enterprising and find something to sell.
True.
Is there a way of telling what's genuine or not, or which one works?
Yes. So being genuine starts by going to the right people. So many people are practicing medicine, but without proper credentials. Yes. We have so many physiotherapists out there, but they didn't graduate. We have so many chiropractors out there, but they didn't graduate. So if you go to the right person, and they're all over there, you go and you get the right person. Yeah, just go to the right person to prescribe the right kind of back support.
All right, just looking at the Twitter, Twitter mentions that are coming in, and somebody says that looks like, somebody says it looks like witchcraft. Do you get people who come and they're not too sure whether this is a solution or not? We're so used to taking, conventional medicine.
Yeah, I didn't get the question.
The question is, do you have people who come and they doubt what you're doing?
No.
Doubt in the power of
most
what
of
you're doing?
people who comes to me, they come to me because they have been
They've
told,
tried others.
they have been referred to somebody, to me, that go and try to do the reflexology. You see the difference in your body. It works like a miracle, because you cannot imagine just being touched like this and your body is well. Yes.
Okay. Gabriel, when it comes to keeping fit, that's another area that is huge nowadays.
Yes.
Your recommendation, especially when it comes to weightlifting. I've realized that majority of the gyms that we may have may not have qualified instructors.
That's true.
How important is that towards ensuring that your physique remains the way it should be?
Okay. So if we bring up the issue of weightlifting, if you're going to do weightlifting, make sure you do it with a straight spine, okay? And every time you do it, it should not give you a reaction during the exercise and after the exercise. If you get a reaction, and reaction I mean maybe pain or a discomfort, then you're doing it the wrong way. And you need to reassess your posture in doing the same.
But sometimes the reason why we'll get the pain is because our muscles have not been exercising.
Yes.
So when you inflict exercise on them, they are likely to get some discomfort and the pain occurs.
Yeah. And that's where the gym instructors are mess, because when someone comes to you, to start a gym routine, you need to take baby steps. You need to build their muscle endurance. I don't go to the gym and then I get 100 kgs, 50 kgs, because my body is not able to take that. Start me with 10, go to 20, 30, and build up my strength, because that's the way it should be done. You start higher, the body will definitely react, and you might not even go back to the same again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And as we continue, anything else that maybe you've...
I finished with this hand.
Or you do both hands?
I do both hands.
Okay.
And now I want you to try your hands. Tell me if there is any difference between this one and this one.
This feels a bit, this feels more, what did I call it? Flexible. Yes, as compared to this one. Yes, this feels more flexible than this one. And maybe it's because it's been massaged.
I did not massage.
Oh, that was not massage.
There is oil for massage here. I did not massage.
Okay.
So you can see the difference.
No, it actually feels, this feels a bit more flexible.
That's exactly what it does to your body. It is like you charge the organs and you feel more light. When the body is not functioning, you feel so tired, you feel weighty, and you can't move fast.
Okay. So should there be a difference, and maybe you can start on this one if you're doing both, should there be a difference I should feel generally, physically, after the whole session?
Yeah. You feel relaxed, you feel light, and you feel ready to do work as you and you have more energy to do the work that you do. Yes.
Okay. All right. Coming back to you, Gabriel, and this is still to do with exercise. Another form of exercise that many people get involved in is aerobics. Your advice on that?
Yes. Aerobics are good because you need to keep fit. You need the muscles, the blood vessels, and the whole structure as a whole, because the body is like a tensegrity. If one part is stiff, if one part is not pulling, be it internally or even on the structure, then things are off place. Okay. So aerobics are good, but do it in a controlled manner. Don't push yourself too hard. You have to build the sequence.
Okay. Yeah. What about for those people who possibly are a little bit overweight when it comes to their physique? I'm sure it has a stress on their posture, the way they walk and all that. Yeah. What would you advise for them as they try to maybe get to their ideal weight?
Okay. There's a program we have at our clinic. We call it CR500, and it helps people who are overweight, if I may use that word. And it helps to, bring the body back to where it should be. Because when you have excess adipose tissue, which is more fat, then even your muscles don't function well. And even, doing reflexology might give you the wrong kind of feedback. So first, we have to get you to where we want you to be, and then you can start treatment.
Okay, an interesting thing he brings up there. Does the weight matter when you're doing reflexology? Can it give you a wrong diagnosis if somebody is overweight?
When somebody is overweight and we do reflexology, there is no way that you get a wrong diagnosis, because you see, any slight problem with the organs, it reflects here to the
regardless
hands.
of the weight.
Regardless
so even underweight,
weight,
overweight, you still get it.
And even the age, yes.
Okay. All right. What about children? Because again, that's another area where one can be deformed or change their form as they grow up because of bad habits.
Children, I would say, of nowadays, not like when we were growing up, are the most affected, because you get your child, you let them play in the house, bare feet, and that is really affecting them. You need to let your children go and play out there, because that helps with their development, their bones, the arches in the foot, the muscle strength, the bone strength. So physio or manual therapy will help a child grow in the right way. There are children who come to us with scoliosis, which is just a slight turn of the spine to one side. And these are more of how the child is growing up. You've bought your children PlayStations in the house, they've got all these machines, you're messing them up. Encourage them to be out there rather than indoors.
Okay, you mentioned being barefoot. Is that something that is not advisable?
It's not advisable to have your kids just play in the house like barefoot. because that will not allow the arch on the foot to develop, which is a shock absorber. And when you lose that, later in their life, it will have a big effect on them.
So they should play, if they're playing in the
Let
house,
them-
they should have shoes?
No, they should play outside.
Ah, okay. So the issue is playing indoors?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now that we are on shoes, we also have ladies who basically have, and as we do that, you can see there on our feet, the different organs. Maybe you could just explain that to us, the different organs on the feet.
The different organs of the feet, it's more and one and the same with the hands, as the hands.
Okay.
So it just, the arrangement and the hands, if you look clearly, you'll see it is the same. If you look at the thumb and the big toe, it has the same glands going down to the hand and to the feet. It's one and the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gabriel, high heels. Ladies have a tendency to wear very high heels. Your comments on that and whether it affects your structure?
High heels, if I'm looking at your function, your mobility, your gait, high heels are bad, okay? Because they tend to shorten the calf muscle, and that affects your pelvis area. So you get your pelvis tilting forward, and that puts more load on the lower back. But telling a lady, like in today's world, to get off the high heels,
that's almost...
Yes, it can't work. So let them wear the high heels, but ensure they have a program where they keep stretching the same muscle. Stretch, strengthen. Exercise takes the biggest chunk of what we do.
Okay.
Because we are maybe with you for an hour and 30 minutes, but most of the time you're on your own.
Okay, so
Yes.
maybe where they're wearing high heels, possibly when you get to the office,
Yes.
what would you advise? They remove them?
Exactly.
Okay.
They remove them. They can still be in the high heels, but stretch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that probably explains why in some desks, under some desks, you'll find very many high heels that are left there. God knows what they wear while they're there. But anyway, maybe closing comments as we wind up, just for good physical structure for somebody to maintain that.
So I would say, let's do what is right. And by saying do what is right is, I mean for our body structure. Stop long sitting, stop over exercising, take a lot of water, try this contemporary kind of medicine. When you get pain, don't rush to the chemist, don't rush to your doctor. First think about it like, why am I getting pain in the first place? Because if I give you painkillers, I'll be hiding your pain. Yeah, so we don't want to hide pain, because the more you hide pain, the more
something is going wrong.
Yes.
Okay, as we finish, Winnie, anything else you found other than stress?
Other than
in the
stress,
neck?
I found that this point, this is called web. And here, this point is spine. And
Okay.
I can feel to your lower back, there is tension.
Okay.
That one I can feel.
You can feel this tension on my lower back?
Yes.
Any
There
reason?
is stiffness.
Okay.
Maybe the posture, or your
Okay.
daily posture, or maybe you are driving for many hours or something like that. It
Okay,
causes
giving stress to the lower back, so I
Yeah.
need to pay attention to that. All right, maybe your closing comments, because of time we'd have to wind up.
Yeah. Okay. What I would like to say is this: reflexology is a noble thing to do, because it controls all the organs
In the body.
in the body. And if the organs are functioning the right way, there will be no sickness to the body. Your body, you function right, you feel good. And then when it comes to age control, reflexology also controls the age.
The aging process.
The aging
All right.
process.
All right, thank you very much, Winnie Gatara and Gitao Gabriel, for joining us this morning on Your Health. That's where we'll have to wind up because of time. Thank you very much for keeping us company right here on Morning Express. Do stay with us. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got World View and, of course, looking at what's happening around us, worldly speaking.